Hi, JJ here from 22 Explosive Hits. It's Father's Day, and I spent the day with my daughters. We went and had ourselves, we went to Waukesha, Wisconsin. For those of you who do not know, that's the home of Les Paul. So everything in downtown Wisconsin is all rock and roll themed. But we did go to a really good restaurant, and we had a good breakfast. And then my kids let me go record diving. They also got some CDs for themselves as well. The store that I wanted to go first, which I'll put in another video, was called Starship, and I also had to sell. I wanted to sell some records as well as get some records, but they were closed probably because of Father's Day or whatever. They weren't open yet, so I went across the street to an antique thrift shop. It's this really huge thrift shop mall, a lot of nostalgia, a lot of different stuff in there. And I did manage to find some really good records in there. So I wanted to share that with you, those records that I found. First thing is not a record, actually. I just found the cover, and it's in really good shape. This is for Mini Pops. This was a K-Tel release. Mini Pops, they kind of did, there was their little kids that kind of did modern hits like Hound Dog, Rock Around the Clock, Disco. I don't have the record. The record was nowhere to be found when I was diving, but I did get the cover. It's in really good shape. I'm going to put it back there in one of my frames is my plan. I wouldn't really probably listen to this anyways, more just to have it for nostalgia in my collection. So I don't have the record. It's not in here, but I do have the artwork, so I can add this to my visual collection behind me. The next one I found is Frank Zappa, Joe's Garage. Hopefully I'm now giving more into Zappa since I watched the movie and I had listened to the soundtrack. I found this one in the Thrift across the street. And just to mention too, besides the record, and it's really, really good shape, this one has on here Mainstream Records and Tapes and 93 QFM. That was an old station in Milwaukee, 93 QFM. And Mainstream Records and Tapes, if anybody saw my Rachel interview, I was wearing a t-shirt from there, is an old record place. I actually used to have what's called the Mainstream Record Riot, and where they would go down to our State Fair Park, and they'd have these huge sales, they would have bands, it was like a big expose, all for vinyl records pretty much. I think they did do it later when CDs started to come out, but it was mainly I remember with vinyl. And actually to go back to Michael Pilmer, I remember my first Devo record, which was the 1981 live comp that I spent my allowance on, came in this plastic. I don't have that record. I really want to get it sometime, but I do have the plastic now that it came in originally to bring back the nostalgia. So once that record comes, I'll be putting it in this particular plastic just because it means something to me. The next one I found, we were talking about this on Rachel's show today. I found this across the street, is a really good pressing, good copy of Something New by the Beatles. This is a stereo version. This has the songs off of Hard Day's Night, Things We Said Today, Anytime at All, When I Get Home. It's a great Capitol release, and it fits my mono collection I just got really well. Yes, this is the Something New Beatles. It just happened to be there at that Thrift mall across the street. And the other one I found was John Lennon Shaved Fish. We all know how good this record is. This one's in really good shape. This one has Give Peace a Chance, Cold Turkey, Imagine. Really good cut, really good pressing. This one's on Apple. Mint condition, I have to say, and I didn't pay a lot for this actually. They actually even had a sale going on that you reduced the list price of it, so I didn't pay much for this at all, nor did the Zappa or the Beatles. So this is a really good find. Last thing I got over there was the Honey Drippers. Again, I only got this for a couple dollars. I would not have paid much for it, but I do remember Sea of Love by Robert Plant a lot. For some reason, that video I didn't see it on MTV that much, but I do remember it on Friday night videos. Everybody remembers that show. In Milwaukee, we didn't have cable. I always joke with my kids, I didn't have cable till I was 12. So in order to watch MTV or music videos, we all would gather on the television on Friday nights to watch Friday night videos, and then there was another show after that called Hot Tracks, and where we would run our VCRs too to try to record some of them so we can get some of those really cool music videos. So that's part one, kind of my Father's Day dig. I'll be posting another video as well because it's a separate store. But yes, that just remember this Avowed community. Let's bring each other up rather than bring each other down. Have a great day.